Hi, Janelle here with Sheep Hill Herbs. I do not feel like filming myself today, believe it or not. You can see me in every single video almost, but today I just want to focus on my art. So this is going to be an art video. If you're new to my channel, please like, subscribe, hit the bell button, and leave a comment down below. I'm an artist and a plant person. I guess I could call myself an herbalist. I have many times, but today's video is an art video. So these are rug hookings, and this is one that I'm working on right now. This is the frame I use, and frames can be made a variety of ways, and much bigger in size. This is the size that I'm currently working with, and I can make things obviously bigger than the size of the frame, because I just move it around on the frame. It has this like this isn't Velcro, it's like a metal kind of Velcro that's really, really keeps the art in place, the fabric in place. So rug hookings are used with like, they can be linen, burlap, or I use monk's cloth, and it's all about the weave. So if you were embroidering and using the embroidery fabric, it's much tighter than this fabric. You use this hook, and I do not remember the exact name of this hook, but I believe it was invented in 1930s or 50s to make rug hooking go faster. It has this nice rounded point at the top, so you just poke through the holes, and then the little latch kind of pulls it up. Well, it does pull it up, pull the wool up. So this is a piece I'm working on, and you can see as I come up, there's a cup and a bowl with some fruit, and another bowl and a plate, and this was actually eucalyptus, and I'm going to fill in the background. And I use wool strips that I cut by hand. So you don't have to cut them by hand. There is a tool, but I honestly like to cut by hand. I prefer it. I don't feel like it's slower, really. The tool is kind of annoying. But anyway, so these are some pieces that I finished, and I do have tags on here. I call these my little rugs for little mugs, because they're like just small enough for a coffee mug. And I have this one on Etsy right now. So I have an Etsy shop, and I put my herbal stuff and also my some of my artwork. This is like a small table runner. I do not have this one on Etsy right now. I should put this one on. This is one I did a few years ago, and I should just show you the other side. It looks just as pretty on the other side. Another one, a little bit bigger. You can put this on a table, or you can hang it on the wall. The size rugs I make, I would say, are not large enough to put on the floor as a floor rug. I probably will get into floor rugs at some point, but right now it just is more satisfying to do something that can be finished within a few weeks or shorter. This is an older piece, a few years ago, that I worked on this, or made this one. This one is on Etsy as well. And I used a purple sweater, a wool sweater that I felted to make this. So this is all wool strips pulled into loops with that hook. And when you pull it through, the back turns out like this. And then you sew the edge so that you have this nice seam, and they can be hung on the wall with like straight pins, or you could put them on tables or benches, or you know, little shelves, bookshelves, all kinds of things. This is just another piece I have on Etsy right now. You can't see all of it because it's under this little shelf, but so I have it on a bench, and it is for sale, so I'm not keeping it, but this would be like some place or some way you could decorate with the rug hooking, like on an old antique bench or a shelf. And I have like my plant here, and that's my incense. But you can see how cute they are. So thanks for coming to my channel. I hope you enjoyed today's video. It wasn't really a how-to, it was more of a demonstration. And I promised that I would tell you what rug hookings are. So they were actually rugs. So the exact date of when they were invented is unknown, but I did read that they were perhaps made even as far back as Viking times. And basically old scraps from like clothing or other fabrics were cut and pulled into loops through some other kind of backing or cloth. And mainly this tradition was used in colonial times in North America, when wealthy women would have these beautiful like hand woven rugs, and women who, or families that didn't have the same money, wanted rugs too, and they wanted to have these floor coverings. And so this idea was, you know, brought back or reinvented, and whatever scraps could be used were used. Sometimes like from factories, like the scraps, the yarn scraps would be taken home and utilized, or old clothes or coats or anything really, just to turn into a craft. So it was known as like a poor woman's or a poor person's craft, a country craft, not highly revered like knitting or embroidery or even weaving at the time. But today it is even heralded as a fine art. So that's pretty cool and pretty exciting. I kind of have found myself invested in fiber arts at this point. I trained in many different artistic mediums, including painting and drawing, but I really love the fiber arts because the tactile nature and the color of the fabric, I just am drawn to it. And plus I love the rug hooking because I can move around. I take my frame, and my bag has all my supplies for whatever piece I'm working on, and I can go anywhere. I can go in the woods, I can go outside, I can go to a friend's house if I'm, you know, at the pool for the day. I mean, it's not necessarily a summer craft, but I do work all summer long with it. So anyway, I wanted to put a art video in here. If you like my rug hookings and you like this video, go to my link below, the Etsy link, and head over to my Etsy shop. I have a number of my pieces there. I also do commission work where you can specifically get something created. And go over to my Instagram at sheepillherbs, because I have other artwork, other rug hookings that I have featured there and pictured there that have already sold, and they're no longer in my Etsy.